Welcome to Animal Atlas. Come with us around the globe and explore the animal world and its jungle animals and desert creatures. We'll meet wildlife on the savannah and see our underwater friends. And animals from the Arctic Circle. Anywhere, everywhere animals live. It's always an adventure. Today on Animal Atlas, what's cute and cuddly and more fun than, well, a barrel of monkeys? Animal babies. Remember when you used to hit your kid brother? Or play hide and seek for mom? Today on Animal Atlas, we'll take an incredible journey into the world of animal babies. And you'll be surprised how much like us they really are. Some animals are ready for independence right after they're hatched, and off they go to explore the world. Other animals aren't ready to leave their mothers right away, and so they hang on for as long as they can. Playtime is fun time for everyone, but when these rambunctious young baboons race and wrestle and chase each other, they're not just having a great time. They're developing coordination and building strong muscles. All this is practice for when they're on their own. Not only do young adult animals have to find food and avoid or evade predators, but they also need to learn how to socialize with their own kind. Some animals are loners, but most are like us. They have families and friends and live in groups where cooperation is essential. Take a look at these tiger cubs. Don't they look like they're having a good old time? Well, they are, but these little guys will grow up to be the biggest cats in the world and the most feared predator of all. At birth, baby tigers are blind and weigh only 2 or 3 pounds. All their pouncing and jumping helps them to develop the skills they'll need to stalk and capture prey. Their mother joins in, teaching her cubs how to defend themselves and how to launch an attack. These youngsters will depend on their mother for food for about 1.5 years, while they're learning to be great hunters. After that, they may go out on their own, or they may stay by her side for another year or so. But for now, they're content just to be kids. What can tiger cubs and baby pigs possibly have in common? They're both mammals, and when they're very young, they both rely on their mothers for sustenance. A nursing mother like this pig produces a special milk filled with natural vitamins and proteins. She has multiple teats on her belly, and all it takes for her hungry litter of piglets to get their fill is to find a place at mother's trough. Sometimes that's not so easy.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm still hungry.
But it's always mom who decides when it's mealtime.
Are you my mom?
In nature, most of the care of animal babies falls to the mother. She feeds and nurtures and teaches her little ones how to survive. But the father can be very important too. Dad is often the one responsible for the safety of his family, or even of the whole group. He guards against predators, he hunts for food, he oversees the welfare of his mate and offspring, and he will often fight to the death to protect them. Do animal mothers love their babies? You betcha. These 2 macaque mothers cuddle and stroke their infants. They groom their babies, picking out bits of dirt or insects from their coats, showing their love with their caressing touch. Pygmy marmosets are just as affectionate with their little ones. Hey, are there 2 babies in there? Yes, the pygmy marmosets are the smallest primate on the planet, and nearly always have twins. These tiny babies are completely dependent on their mothers for the first 2 weeks of their lives. They cling to their mother's fur and wonder just what's out there in the big world. After 2 months, these little guys can travel independently. But pygmy marmosets have very close-knit families. And even when they're grown up and on their own, they tend to live nearby. This magnificent lowland gorilla is one of the biggest primates in the world, but here, she's just mom. Her youngster is her pride and joy, and it shows. After 3 months or so, he starts to crawl around on his own, though he prefers to ride on his mom's back, piggyback style. He will stay by his mother's side for as long as 4 years. For this baby, that's great. He has mom's love and devotion for years to come. But for his older sibling, this is not so good. Animal youngsters are no different from us when it comes to sibling rivalry. We'd all prefer to have mom's love and attention all to ourselves. Jealousy and competition for attention, in fact, is common among young animals who grow up in groups. This baboon youngster is fed up with his sibling getting all mom's attention. What can he do to get her to notice him?
Mom, look, Mom, look. Ooh, Mom. Whoa!
And now let's see if you can guess this animal fact. Which animal has the smallest babies of any animal, and when born, are only as big as a grain of rice? A, the duck-billed platypus. B, the common house cat. C, the Queensland koala. Or D, the mouse possum. Answer coming up right after this on Animal Atlas. We're back. Which animal has the smallest babies of any animal, and when born, are only as big as a grain of rice? The answer is D, the mouse possum. They have the smallest babies of all. Unlike us, animals don't have strollers or car seats or harnesses for carrying around their offspring, so some, like this mother gibbon and her baby, use an old-fashioned method.
Giddy up, Mom.
This mother koala bear, too, carries Junior on her back. While some infant monkeys grip their mother's belly fur and hang on for dear life. It's usually the younger monkeys that cling to their mother's chests, while the older, bigger babies choose riding piggyback. But what if an animal mother can't carry her baby in her arms or on her back? Well, if she's a marsupial, she can carry her baby in her pouch. Marsupials, like this kangaroo, give birth to much less developed babies than we do. These babies are only partially developed at birth. They look like a pink lima bean. This tiny baby, called a joey, guided only by smell and instinct, must crawl across his mother's furry belly until he finds her pouch. A kangaroo's pouch is like a big apron pocket, and inside are her teats and an endless supply of milk. The joey will live in his mother's pouch for many months, developing into what we recognize as a baby kangaroo, complete with long legs. After about 9 to 10 months, the joey is ready to venture out of the pouch, but he still returns to the nest for rest and snacking. What else is special about the kangaroo? Hopping. Besides some rodents and insects, and frogs, hopping is solely a kangaroo's way to get around. Did you know that the cuddly-looking koala bear is not a bear? That's right, the koala is a marsupial, just like the kangaroo, and the koala mother carries her young in her pouch. This tiny baby is peeking out of his mother's pouch for the first time. As he gets bigger and finds he can't fit in her pouch anymore, he'll cling to her back as she explores a koala's favorite tree, the eucalyptus. Koalas only have one cub every year or two, so this baby will get lots of loving attention. This orphan baby wallaby is also a marsupial, and he's closely related to the kangaroo. He was born hairless and not much bigger than a honeybee. At 3 months old, he'll look like this, and will be able to survive on his own. Animals that require a lot of mother's loving care after birth are called altricial. This ring-tailed lemur mother will keep her baby close to her for many months. She will teach him how to find food, how to be careful, and, well, how to be a ring-tailed lemur. And now, let's see if you can guess our next animal fact. Which animal is the greatest babysitter? A, the seahorse. B, the emperor penguin. C, the gorilla ant. Or D, the fennec fox. The answer coming up right after this on Animal Atlas. Now the answer to our question. Which animal is the greatest babysitter? The answer is B, the emperor penguin. With an egg cradled atop its webbed feet, the emperor father stands motionless through 60 days of the black Antarctic winter, The father will neither move nor eat until the chick hatches, and its mother has returned from the sea. Now those are great parents. One of the most important lessons that animal mothers teach their young is how to recognize danger and how to handle it. This newborn gazelle is only about an hour old, and his mother is keeping a close eye on him. The very young are at risk from predators and bullies alike. Watch what mom does when danger approaches. Even though the interloper is nearly twice her size, the mother gazelle is fearless where her baby is concerned. She warns him off. Then look, the youngster mimics her and also tells the to get lost. We've seen babies that are born, like the litter of piglets and the tiger cubs, and we've seen babies who develop in their mother's pouches. There's another way an animal baby is born. Do you know what that might be? That's right, some babies aren't born, they're hatched. This impressive fellow is an Aldabrar tortoise, also known as a giant tortoise, and he can grow to weigh as much as 500 pounds. But he starts life in a much smaller way, as a tennis ball-sized egg buried in the ground. There, he incubates all alone in his eggshell for 4 to 8 months. When he's developed enough, and when he's good and ready, he uses his egg tooth to start tapping at the shell. Here's an 18-month-old baby next to his mom. He's still no bigger than a man's fist. But that's all right. Giant tortoises can live more than 100 years. So he's got nearly a century or so to grow. Another reptile who develops in an egg is the python. This newly hatched black python emerges fully able to care for himself. This little fellow, however, won't come out of his egg until he's good and ready. Animals like the giant tortoise and the python are precocial, which means they require little or no care after birth. Some of these independent little creatures never even meet their parents. It's out of the egg and they're on their way. Flamingos also lay eggs, but unlike tortoises and snakes, they're warm-blooded animals. And the mother must keep the egg warm with her own body heat until it's ready to hatch. She incubates the egg by sitting on it, but oh boy, is it hard to get comfortable. Not all animal babies look like babies. This infant macaque certainly does, as does this baby lion. But this young rhino seems more like a miniature version of his mother. These butterflies started as eggs. But within a few short weeks, become adult butterflies, virtually skipping childhood altogether. For every animal, childhood is different. We've seen that some babies, like the pygmy marmoset, are born as twins. And others, like pigs, are usually born as part of a large litter, often numbering 6 or more. Some babies are the only child, like this capuchin monkey riding on his mother's back. Or like Benny, the Asian elephant. Not only is he an only child, but his gestation, or the time he spent developing in his mother's womb, was 22 months. Nearly 2 years. He is an adored baby, and both mom and dad are proud of their month-old offspring. Though Asian elephants can live to be 60 or 70 years old, the elephant cow may only have 4 babies her entire lifetime. Pygmy goats, on the other hand, can give birth twice a year. And though twins are most common, here 3 is the lucky number. And three's a charm for these elephant seals. Their dad, a big elephant seal bull, is like Benny the elephant's dad, casting an appreciative gaze over his offspring. Though a dip in the ocean is more appealing to him than sunning in the sand. Most animal babies need a lot of rest so that they can grow. But some have boundless energy. Though no animal baby seems to have more get up and go than Benny the Asian elephant. Even though he's not completely steady on his feet, whoops. He's one baby who's always on the run. These pygmy goats are only 5 days old, yet they, like Wild Boy Benny, are on the move. And are filled with curiosity about everything they see. While other babies take a more aggressive approach to their world. I wonder what's trying to come out of this egg. Can you guess what it is? Look at those stubby wings. Is it a bird? It is. It's a penguin. Penguin babies are born with soft, downy feathers, but they are virtually helpless until they're older. These motherless penguins are being kept warm by an incubator and are being fed special meals by trained keepers. But it won't be too long before they're fitted for their tuxedos and head out into the wild, into this penguin colony. Orphaned animals like these baby penguins are fortunate that there are humans who will look after them so that they will have a chance to grow up. This is where zoos play an important role in helping animal babies survive. Some lucky animal babies find surrogate mothers, like this young chimpanzee, raised and loved by humans. He almost seems human himself. He even dresses like someone's little brother or sister. The zookeepers have made this young sun bear feel safe and at home. His environment is filled with all the things he might want, including some things that he shouldn't have. And he's going to investigate whatever happens to be nearby. So you see, animal babies have a lot in common with human babies. They like to cuddle, to ask mom for a ride. They're full of love and always hungry. Playtime is the best time, though nap time is important too. Some may emerge from eggs, while others may grow up in a pouch. Some may need a lot of care after birth, while some may be on their way practically the moment they hatch. I'm out of here. Yes, animal babies have a lot in common, but whatever their species, one thing's for sure. Growing up isn't always easy. And once again, we've traveled the globe, from North and South America to Africa and Asia to Australia and every fascinating place in between. We've met all kinds of incredible animals and learned some important facts about their ability to survive and flourish on our planet. And with our help, we'll make sure they're around for a long time to come. Join us next week for another amazing adventure on Animal Atlas.